I've been a crafter all of my life. My mother taught me how to crochet, quilt, cross stitch, and embroidery at a very early age. I tried to draw, but I didn't think I had the talent for it because I didn't like the results of what I drew. So I concentrated on crafts, and I always enjoyed getting as much detail in my craft as I could. Well, I ended up making some cedar crosses on a scroll saw, and I decided that they needed more detail. I realized that I had a wood burner in the closet that I'd never used, that had been given to my husband as a gift when he was in high school. He used it once, didn't use it again. So I picked up that wood burner, started burning, and I loved it. Wood burning is one of the simplest, easiest art forms imaginable. It involves a piece of wood or any other surface ready to burn and a wood burner. You transfer a design if you want to, and I do that. I use a photograph for my design. I transfer it with carbon paper or graphite paper. Graphite paper is actually better than the carbon paper, fewer chemicals. And then I just go to town with the burner. This is my tool. It has a little bitty temperature control, very basic. It has 4 notches on it, but I've never found anything that I could burn on the lowest setting. Everything has to be on high or almost high in order to get any kind of burn whatsoever. I have the Austin pillar on the front porch, or one of the porches. There's 4 porches on the Capitol building at Austin, and each porch has this pair of Corinthian columns, and the top of the column is white marble in contrast to the pink granite of the rest of the building. And so I took a picture while I was down there with Waco 52, and we toured the Capitol dome. I took a picture on the porch looking up at that Corinthian column, and I decided that it made a really good wood burn. The other one that I have from Austin is the rotunda right there, and I had a lot of fun doing all of the circles and all the textures, and I knew that I wanted to make it big, but as soon as I sat down to burn the picture that big, I was like, why did I challenge myself to make this thing so big? It seemed to get much bigger when I actually put my burner on it than it was when I thought it was. Wood burning is very tedious. It's a very slow process, or a lot slower than painting or drawing, but it's a very zen process. I love the way the materials come to life with the heat and bringing the image from nothing until it looks like it's coming out of the shadows. Mostly what I think about are hopefully the customers. I make it for them. I make what I like, but I want them to like it. And I think about how much joy I can hopefully bring to them. And for instance, on this Longhorn, I think about the cattlemen who are going to be looking at it. And so I pay extra attention to the details, knowing that they're going to know what they're looking at on this particular breed of animal, because they've seen hundreds of them, and I don't want them to take one look at it and say, well, that doesn't look right. Most requests are portraits. However, my favorite subject probably is architecture. I love the Waco architecture in particular. I've done the suspension bridge 3 times now, and I love the girders with all their angles and triangles and straight lines and shadows. It's just a huge challenge that I love doing every time. And I'll probably end up doing it several more times because it's just such an iconic thing of Waco. But what I completely eliminated the background so that your eyes are forced to think only about the bridge. I did a whole series of sites around Waco, and I have a whole board with my favorite sites of Waco. I wouldn't say they're the iconic sites of Waco because I was new to Waco and I wasn't sure what those were, but those were the things that struck me in my Waco. It's my vision of Waco. I love being here to explain that it's not just a sepia photograph. Most people assume, looking at it, that, oh, it must be a print, or it's a photograph, or somebody drew that. Well, I did draw it, but not in the way they expected.